Well, we got Jason's bull taken care of. We came out and we never unloaded the truck or anything. We just threw our stuff on our gear and thought we'd try out another little area, a little different than where we've been hunting. And we didn't see a lot of elk out there, but we'd been out there the first day. By the end of the day, we were thinking, maybe this ain't where we want to be. Then we saw a real good herd bull in a small herd, and the wind wasn't right. Jason was a shooter. I was cameraman. I had my bow back at camp. We were 6 or 8 miles out, and we backed out, spent the night up on this ridge, and our thought was the next morning he'd still be there. And before we got going that way, we heard a bugle off the other side of this knob we were on, the other way on the ridge. And so we went up there and got into a herd, and Jason shot this bull. And he was actually a herd bull. He was a big animal, one of the bigger bulls we've killed over here, body-wise. And you can see where he had some problems with his horns. Not sure what happened, but his main beam quit growing sometime in velvet, whether they were damaged or got bugged or what happened. The main beams are gone after the second brow tine on both sides. And what happened was his second brow tine on each side grew up and turned, as you can see. And this one did the same thing. And but it broke off when he took off after Jason shot him and he crashed going down the hill. So we're going to look for it later because it's really a pretty unique set of horns. But he was a big animal. It took us I don't know, better than 2 days of just packing to get him out. So we got him took care of. The meet's in town, and now we're getting ready to go back. And we're going to go back in the same area, even though we hadn't seen many elk, because there is one good herd bull out there that we're going to try to take a poke at.
The feed will heal up by the time he kills something, so then we can wear him out again packing that next one.
We'll have to heal up on the go. We're pretty sore-footed when we got out yesterday. Getting soft in our old age, I guess, but the old feet were pretty tender. Well, we got home set up. We're 6 or 8 miles from the truck, I guess. And we set this up. We've gone out of here for 3 or 4 days. Got enough food for about 5 or 6. So 3 or 4 days hunting, a couple days packing. So we're back out in that general area. We saw that big bull before Jason killed that other good bull. So we're gonna go try to find him. And we've seen some younger bulls in the area too. So
Joe's got to beat a fork and horn.
yeah, I don't have to beat nothing. I'd shoot a spike if he was closer to the road. I ain't shooting one out here. Anyway, let's see what we can find.
Got it?
Yeah, I got kind of a tight hole here. I'm really tired of this hill. Why do they always go in a hole? How many times have we been up this hill packing your elk out? What's up, Joe? Got feathers. Tracking him down.
Nice. We haven't found blood yet, but we got feathers.
Yeah, they don't bleed much.
He must have hit here, huh? We're on his trail. We got about 15 feet of feathers. He's got to be below us somewhere. What the hell?
That broadhead put a heck of a hole in him.
Holy cow.
Broadhead did some damage. I think we was following the wrong feathers.
I think we were following the wrong victim.
Either that or bear beat us to him.
We seen them from up above, and we just come down through these bluffs and this brush. They're down here, bedded down, so we're getting close now. This elk where about 3 different draws meet, and there's kind of a storm system blowing in, and you know, when you're up on top, the wind's coming from the west, but when you get down in these deep canyons, you know, it wants to go down, and you know, you get like, you know, I picture it like waterfalls, you know, rapids, they swirl around, they do stuff like that. So pretty soon, you know, they'll be coming down. It's like 5 different draws to one spot. I think that's why the elk are there. No matter where you get it, seems like it's going down. But other times, you know, it'll be right in your face and it'll be right in your back. And just back and forth, but really blustery, real windy. And, you know, where they were here all day yesterday. They were here the day before. So there's only so many days you can wait for the right conditions. And it's been this blustery weather system coming in for a few days now. So you can only wait so long, and you got to try something, because we were afraid of that. That's what happened, but such is life. That was a good bug. There's a bunch of brush in the way. I got 15 yards. 15.
There's basically, there's not a lot of elk in the area we're hunting right now, but there's 3 small bunches, and each bunch has like 6 point. It's got a few cows. When we couldn't get them this morning, we went the other direction where the other big bull was, which is away from the truck, and we heard him bugling through the fog. We thought he was down in this canyon. We hiked all the way down in there, and he was up the other side of it in a saddle. And the last time we saw him, he was bugling with his cows and meandering. He was about 3.5 days pack from the truck, meat wise, and he was going even further. And we said he got away.
Yeah.
So
show him your horn, Joe.
Oh, and we found this weird little neat little 3-point horn yesterday. This place has got some deer and elk with some challenged horns.
Yeah.
We found a 5-point mule deer shed that was equally strange as far as shape.
Well, looking for Joe's 6-point, we made our way back down to where I murdered this bull, and where we thought he might have broke his brow tine. I started coming up, and I got about, I don't know, 15, maybe 20 yards from the body, and I noticed, I found this piece right here, and it was just laying on the dirt, kind of covered in dirt a little bit, and it stuck out, and so Joe had been, excuse me, no, that's fine. Joe had, we're a little chafed and leaking here, and Joe went to where I'd found these 2 chunks, and there was some torn up dirt there, and he just took a stick and he just started digging around. It was like one of those CSI episodes. He's digging around there looking for evidence and found something hard, and Joe found my main beam. And so it's not as tall as his other side, but with all these pieces,
This way, like that.
so it's a little shorter than his other side, but
Yeah.
there he is.
Yeah, and so that's what
So-
he looked like, and that matched the video that we got. Because when we killed him, I told Jason I must already been broken because when it did, when he went down the hill, he jammed that straight into the real rocky, dirty ground.
He must have been doing
And,
cartwheels.
And I think that chunk out of the bark was from one of his hoofs, because it looked like it just flipped him over right there, and he was down the hill a ways. It looks like the main beams broke off in the velvet.
Yeah.
And then the second brow tine grew, so it must have been really early on in velvet.
Yeah, and all his growing power just shifted over.
Is what it looks like. Billy was actually a big bull. I mean, he had some cows, and he had a little 5-point satellite out to the edge, and I mean, he was definitely in charge. Good bull nonetheless. He kind of stunted his horn growth, definitely. You know, probably took a while for that growth to take off again.
I bet that hurt too. Whatever.
Yeah, well, it's
whatever.
full of blood when that happens, but anyway, kind of neat. So, Jason's a morphodite bull, and let's see if old Zane can't put that back together and put it on a European mount. See how that works.
Yeah.